So good evening, everybody. And this is a wonderful evening, and I'm very happy to connect with all of you in coordination with Autism Connect. Yes, it is something very important for us to understand what we're going to talk today. Very simple things can make the great impact in life. Life is not complex. It is what we make out of it. If we want to make life simple, it can be. Autism is one condition in which our system works in a little different manner. So, good evening, everybody. This is Radha Shalini, and I'm connecting with you on behalf of Autism Connect. And I thank all the team members of Autism Connect to invite me to speak on this topic, how mindful expressive art can benefit you and help you to deal with the certain situations in autism. First of all, I would like to make it a point that autism is a certain situation in which a certain sensory part of our systems work in a different manner. So it is not something which is an abnormal situation, or it is not something which is very critical, but yes, it needs a different intervention. It needs a different way to deal with it. Usko kaise hame deal karna hai, that is one thing what we need to focus on. Right now, when we talk of autism, it has been said that the number of the children who are autistic is increasing every year. Now, what our new data is saying that 1 in 50 children has this kind of a little challenge in them, where there's some sensory situation, there's some sensory issues are seen, whether they are hyperactive or hypoactive. That means that there is a certain difference in their operations of their sensory organs in terms of their sight, smell, taste, touch, their awareness, and many other things. But let's go back how we can deal with it, how we can help that child who has a different mechanism to live a normal life, or to live a life where he's not being judged as per the expectations of the other people, right? So now here I bring the art plays an immense, a very important role in this place where we can help the child to express themselves beyond words. Art is the only way, the easiest form of the expression which the child can accept to communicate in the world. What is the problem when the child is autistic? That they are not able to communicate properly. Their certain expressions are not clear. So the communication bridge is not built up in between the parents or a parent or a child, or in between the educating society and a child. And there the people make the judgments, and they are given a certain different kind of treatment. So let's see how art can help you. First and foremost, as I say, that art can enhance the communication through the creative expression of the child. The child can communicate in form of colors. The child can communicate in form of lines, in form of colors, in form of shapes, and much more. When we give the child the capacity to perform through arts, when we give them the freedom to express through art, their imagination takes a different way. They become more creative. They get that confidence to express more. They have the improved imagination. Their thinking pattern changes. So it is very important, rather than we restricting the child and saying that, oh, the child has this problem. First of all, this is not a problem. This is a little change in the system which can be easily dealt with. And if there is this little challenge, it can be treated in a certain way. It can be molded in a certain way. And when we give that freedom of expression to the child, and the child understand that there is a bridge which has been formed between me and my parent, they are more confident to express more. So this feeling, this is the first feeling I would request whoever is thinking, and you connect with the child who have the autism characteristics, to start playing with the art, to give them the freedom to express themselves. Art is just not that it has to be a huge painting or it has to be very refined things. It is majorly the expression. And the expression plays a very important role in the development of the child. The ability to bring the stronger relationship with the encouraging children with autism to see the other perspective. You open up the different dimension in front of the child when you give them the confidence that yes, they can express through art. They make it. Sometimes it has been seen that the children with the autism, they're not good in their verbal communication, but they have the huge artistic skill. They can make the series of drawings which can tell you a complete story. So if we help them, if we encourage them to play more with the art journal, play more with some colors to draw anything what they want, you can easily identify in what situation the child is and where the attention is needed. The role of an art therapist here plays a very important role because they're able to see the exact situation where the child is demanding the attention. So wherever the child is, whatever the child is doing, help them do with the some colors, or might be the clay, the movement of the clay, the force they apply, the sensory part, because anything which touch their senses will be helpful in their expression. Now we can come to the integration of the sensory integration when they do this continuous play of art in their system. When they do it as a regular practice, that sensory things, whatever is lacking, wherever the balance is lacking, it starts getting integrated. I'll repeat till here what I said. The creative expression is the first form which can help the child to communicate. Give them the colors, give them the color, or you can give them any sort of initial talk, and then leave them free to communicate through the arts. When they communicate through the arts, when you understand their vocabulary, or might be a little bit of the vocabulary, then the confidence of the child increases to communicate more. Once he accepts, once he gets that feeling that he or she is getting that acceptable feeling within the group, they become more imaginative, they become more expressive, and their expression flows in their art form. So I use art therapy for the autistic child in the major formats, and we have seen tremendous results in the improvement in the children. Their imagination power has increased, their sensory integrations have been improved, and they're able to communicate better. Again, I would repeat that this is not a drawback. This is a small different settings of how a sensory system is working. So they are no less than any other child. They are equally well, but their way of expressing and their way of communicating is a bit different. Going further, then once this confidence is built in the child that when they are doing an art, the non-verbal, creative expression, relating with the pictures, just playing with the colors, drawing lines, movement of the things, whatever is being stored inside even the subconscious memory of the child starts flowing out. The art has the power to reach deep within. So the next point which I would like to cover here is that what we have seen in the autism children is that their tolerance for the stimuli has to be increased. There's a certain stimuli which can, affect them in different ways. So if we work on that, if we increase that tolerance, it really helps the child. So in the continuous practices which we need to do with the expressive art, with the mindfulness expressive art, then it really helps a child to build up that tolerance. It cannot be done in one day. but the gradual practice of a certain art forms, if guided by the art therapist, it is the best. Otherwise, there are certain practices which you can do and practice at your home also, like playing with clay, like coloring with an ice cube, which can be easily practiced with the mothers or the fathers at home, then that also helps. So slowly and gradually, if the guided practice is done, then we can even try to restructure, rewire the brain with certain activities which can increase that tolerance to that particular stimuli. So art therapy is the savior of any kind of situations where we have to deal with the certain challenges where we are not able to express ourselves properly, and we need a certain support system where the expression has to be done in its utmost potential. So that is one thing. And once they start expressing, their emotions are regulated. We need to empower our children and share with them that they express their emotions regularly and easily. They should not be taught to hold their emotions, because child is very sensitive, as you all know. And even a small bit of essence which is left behind, or a residue of a certain communication, a certain talk, what they listen in between a doctor or a parent, or certain residue of what they're listening or complain from a teacher to the parent, leaves a strong impact. So keeping a journal for an autistic child every day as a practice is very good. In the evening or in the morning, just spending 10 minutes with the child and asking them to just do whatever is they feel like. It can be a scribble, it can be just circles, it can be some alphabets, it can be the reverse alphabets, it can be anything, whatever is needed. They can just continue doing it. That means that expression is there in that art journal. Slowly and gradually, I can guarantee you would see an amazing difference in the child. The consistent practice of practicing the art in any form, playing with the colors or in form of the scribbles, lines, shapes, it can help the child to rewire their structures very easily. They can get more confidence. They'll be able to express more. And this would help in the development of the other sensory integrations also. So this is what I say about the mindful expressive art and how this therapy can be useful for the autistic children. I see this expressive art is the easiest form for the child to accept it, to help him discover certain things. They can experiment with it. The experience gets grained into their system, and then easily and simply the system gets adapted into their lifestyles. We can easily do it. You don't have to buy any expensive gadgets for practicing this. If you're hesitant to go to the art therapist initially, I would say start with a simple art journal at your place. Start practicing consistently 15 minutes a day, which is not a very big time, which doesn't require much investment, just 15 minutes a day. Sit with your child and help him express or help her express. If she is hesitant to do that, you can do it along with them, because it is very easy for a child to get into the practice once they see the elder sitting next to them is also doing a similar activity. If with you also, it would have an amazing effects, amazing transformations. So it is very good, and I would recommend all of you to start practicing this art journaling along with the child who's facing the challenges with any kind of the sensory integrations. A lot of cases have been seen where autistic childs have been downgraded, or they have been accused or they have been abused in different forms of not being competitive. I would say bring and communicate with your child that you are unique. Every child is unique. Every leaf on the same tree is unique. Every developed brain is different. So that uniqueness needs to be nurtured in a different way. We don't have to, there is no comparative level. It is the limitation of the understanding that we have started comparing our children. We have started running about the percentages. It is not needed. What is needed is that you learn the skills to face the challenges and progress towards and move your way towards the happiness and joy. So don't discourage the children at any level. Don't let the people around you discourage the children. Okay, oh, he's not able to write. Oh, he's that old. He's not able to write. He's not able to say anything. Why does he sit quiet? It's the quality of that child. Might be that child doesn't want to communicate to know people. Might be he finds the art as the main medium to communicate. It is not necessary that every child should have the certain verbal skills to communicate. So this small understanding, if we as the parents and the teachers understand that we need to really integrate ourselves with this understanding that the situation like autism is not, it's not a drawback at all. We need to just know how to process those sensory informations in a different way. It is the same thing, it is the same thing when we say as they call a normal child who is able to read, write, and as per the expectations of the society norms at a certain age, if gets angry with certain stimuli, and if something is not given to that child and they get angry and they start responding in a different way. So it is a similar in the autistic child that there are certain stimuli which can aggravate their sensory actions. So what we need, as I spoke earlier about, that we need to increase the tolerance level. And that is gradually we can make them understand. And we can make them understand only through a certain practice, only through certain experience. And that experience can be easily given through art. Because they are themselves experimenting. You are just facilitating the process. You would tell a child, okay, these are three kinds of the red colors. Choose what you want, what you wish. Pick up any and draw. If we say, okay, it's a mango, color it in your way. Normally in the education system or in a structured even the parenting, I would say they say yellow is mango, please color yellow. It is not red, why are you coloring red? No, that is not the way. Might be that child has observed the red color more in a mango. Who knows that what he has observed? There are many mangoes which are red on one side, so might be his observation has picked up that red from there. Or might be that a child's observation has picked up green from somewhere, a green mango. So not actually dictating our terms and guiding that you have to do something like this. We have to give them the enough space to do what they wish as per their observation, as per their perception. Once we value their perception, the activity, the whatever their sensory system is guiding them, the way they start doing it, the way they start practicing it, they would be able to develop more integrated system within themselves. And whatever they will develop, it would be very unique. The focus is more once they understand the basic integrations of the sensory things, then it can be molded and transformed to something which is useful for their life, which is more beneficial for their life. It is not mandatory that they need to go and complete the exams, otherwise their life will be like, in a problem. No. The art can give you various ways, help the child understand everything, increase the tolerance level, understand their passion, their uniqueness, and their ability to express. What else is needed? We don't want to raise our levels on the children percentages. So keeping away that, I would say the art is the best way the child can absorb things and, activate their senses, respond better, I would say. And they can, they can deal with different kind of the sensory toys, and it can help them in the complete mental well-being, their physical well-being, their psychological well-being. When we come to the normal people also, normal as called normal people, otherwise I would say even the people with the autism are as normal as the other people. Everybody has their own drawbacks and the plus points. Even psychotherapy doesn't create much of the differences. Everybody has been doing, they face certain challenges of anxieties and depressions and stress, which we see in today's life that 1 in 7 is already facing that anxiety issue. When they go to a psychotherapy, they're able to speak, but the majority of the things have been seen that they're not able to communicate verbally. Their art holds a better hand. They're able to communicate beyond words. They're able to express. Once it is expressed, they're able to see the things properly, what is creating the confusion within them. Once you're able to see that this is giving me a problem, you're able to solve it. So this similar process can be activated within the child with the autism too. Slowly, they develop and build up the expressions. Once they build up their expressions, they're able to communicate. When they're able to communicate, they develop a nice bridge. And at the same time, they gain the confidence that they can express. And then when they gain the confidence they express, they get more and more expressive in their actions. And then the step by step, all the developments take place. So art can become a very basic step to be followed if your child or if anybody in the house is facing this small sensory imbalance of autism. Any kind of issues can be resolved. There is nothing which cannot be resolved in today's world. And it has been said, it has been proved scientifically that you have the power to rewire your brain. When we go to that step that you can rewire your brain and you can use the concept of neuroplasticity, which is my research where I have blended the art therapy with neuroplasticity, a small activity done at the regular intervals can restructure your brain. And it can transform whatever is needed, whatever you wish. So there is we have so many, all the scientific research, if you talk about Bruce Lipton, when he's talking about every cell has so much of the power and every neuron has so much of the power and so much of the information stored in, it is there with every child. How we process that information, how we create a system to process all those informations for our better outcome is our ability. So I would say what is more important is to focus on developing our ability to express. And when you develop this ability to express within a child facing this little challenge of autism, can really help them to cover up all the problems, so-called, they face within the school, within the groups, within their peers, whatever it is that it can be covered up. We need to fill them with those drops of self-confidence, which can come through the self-expression. Once those droplets of self-expression fills up their jar, they can do what not. They can move more confidently and do what they wish to do, expressing themselves and creating a beautiful world around them. So my request, my plea to everybody is that if your child or if anybody around you is feeling or it is facing the autism issue, don't feel that they are a bit low. They have different unique powers and they have a different ability to deal with their senses. understanding those things, understanding those issues, we can help them or facilitate them to improve their expressive techniques and continue with this journey to achieve the best, to reach their utmost potential. So this is what I would like to say, how art therapy or mindful expressive art can help an autistic child. For more information, definitely you people can anytime reach me. You can message us on this. We will get back to you. And just to finish the talk, thank you for your time. My name is Radha Shalini. I'm the mother of two angels. I worked as the creative director for Satyapalji for more than 20 years, and I'm now living my passion as an art therapist. And I love to help children to find their unique potentials and get those skills to cope up with any challenges in life and turn them into the stepping stone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.